on, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Chop It Up alongside the Shooter, Jimmy Acevedo. I'm Eddie Castro, and we got a nice jam pack of NFL for your liking on your Friday afternoon. But before we get to that, we want to take time, to acknowledge the passing of Anthony Mason, who left us too soon,
way too soon,
at the age of 48. Jimmy, I know you are a big fan of that 1990s Knicks regime. What is your take about that?
It's sad, man, because though the two enforcers on that squad was Charles Oakley and Anthony Mason. You know, they hard hitters, hard nosed. They'll get in your face when they want to get in your face. It's a brand of New York basketball that we haven't seen since the early 90s, mid 90s.
Right.
You know? And so unfortunate, man. So unfortunate. He will surely be missed out there, man, and thoughts and prayers out to his family and any friends out there that was close to him. He's in a way better place than we are, I'll tell you that much.
Absolutely. Mason passing away Sunday morning due to a heart condition. So, again, from the Chop It Up set, me and Jimmy, we want to send our condolences to his friends and family. Anthony Mason died at 48 years old. All right. So, with that said, we got some NFL for you.
Yeah.
It's the most exciting week coming up. We got the NFL free agency, and we got some big time
frenzy.
We got some big time names that could rock your team's world. Jimmy, let's get to the point. Let's get the biggest fish out there, which is Detroit Tigers. Detroit Lions. Detroit Lions.
We're not in baseball yet, bro.
Defensive tackle and Dominican Sue.
Yes. Big boy Sue. The team that I got him going to is a team that's going to make a major splash in this free agency pool this year because they have so much cap space, and this franchise deserves a resurrection. This franchise is way too great. This franchise means too much to the NFL in its history to not have a resurrection, and those are I dare to say probably the best fans in the NFL. Are the folks in the black hole up in Oakland, the Oakland Raiders. I got a prediction that they're going to do a major splash in this year's free agency pool. And I got them inked and Sue. I got Sue going to the Oakland Raiders.
Oakland Raiders have not made the playoffs in some time, and the general manager could be on the hot seat this year. So getting Sue will definitely save his job.
Well, the general manager is the owner. So, what kind of hot seat it is? Hot seat on the fans to boo him out of the stadium? Yeah,
well, like you said, the franchise is very well known, very historical, goes back way far. But, at the end of the day, you got to find a way to intrigue these fans to get to want to watch the games. Oakland Raiders football hasn't been what it has been or should be in quite some time. And if you have an opportunity to get a player of an Ndamukong Suh's caliber, and you got $60 million.
Cough it up, give it
out. Cough it up.
Give it out.
Cough it up. Show him the money, pay him the money, get these Oakland fans happy, get them something to be intrigued about this coming season. Because
Oakland hasn't seen success since the days of Rich Gannon, Tim Brown, Jerry Rice, Charlie Garner.
It's been a very long time.
Charles Woodson, the young
Tim
Charles
Brown.
Woodson.
It's been a very long time.
So we need, come on, let's get the black hole fans pumping again, because this franchise means way too much to the NFL for them to be in the gutter the way they've been these past years. What team you got him going to, prediction wise?
I'm going to go on a limb, and I'm going to agree with you too. I think Ndamukong Suh fits their scheme well. He fits their defense well. They need a pass rusher. Definitely bad. And Ndamukong Suh is just a mammoth.
He's
of a man.
He's made for the black hole. Like, if you had a poster boy for the black hole and those fans, how nasty and rigorous those fans are, Ndamukong Suh fits that build. it's like a match made in heaven with Sue and a black hole. It can't get any better.
This is probably the most intriguing free agent since Reggie White in 1993. So, you got an opportunity where you can get a guy of endemic Sue. You got to go out there and grab the biggest fish out there in the free agent market and keep those fans back in the seats.
Yes, sir.
Because the Oakland A's are not going to carry you for so long. Let's put it that way.
Billy Bean's philosophy is gonna die out sooner or later, you know. Anyway,
Oakland Raiders need a philosophy.
Let's go with the Me and Eddie had a little discussion, a little disagreement with who's the second best free agent in the market right now. So for the sake of argument, let's just talk about Randall Cobb. That's the best probably the best offensive free agent out there. That's not for. Before we continue, I'm sorry. You might think to yourself, "Where's Demaryius Thomas, Jason Pierre-Paul? You know, where are these guys?" We are only talking about the free agents that has not been franchise tagged. Those players been franchise tagged, and you know Des Bryant also franchise tagged. So they stay with this squad for another year. So these players that we're talking about right now are not franchised. So they're free to talk to whoever they want to talk to. So if you was wondering why those big names are missing, that's the reason. So anyway, I just want to clear that out the way. Randall Cobb, the best available free agent on the offensive side of the ball. I got, again, back to the big splash that the Oakland Raiders are going to do. I got him going to Oakland.
Really?
Oakland got so much money to spend. They need help on the defensive side. They're going to fix that with Sue. They need a receiver for Derek Carr, the young quarterback. They need a number one go-to guy for him. And Randall Cobb, 25 years old. So much potential. I got him inking with Oakland.
I got Randall Cobb going to the Atlanta Falcons. I think.
Wow.
Right?
That's interesting.
I think time is ticking with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcon fans, and Roddy White and Julio Jones have been injury prone the past couple of years. You want to bring somebody dynamic, spice it up a little bit, and it's not guaranteed with the rumors that we've heard about Roddy White requesting a trade. We don't know whether it's true or not. It's been a rumor that came out about a week ago. But if Roddy White should ship out of Atlanta and find himself via the trade, I think a perennial replacement is Randall Cobb and Matt Ryan. You got Matt Ryan, who has one of the most dynamic arms in the NFL, and you got Randall Cobb, who is arguably one of the most, if not the most dynamic receiver we have in the NFL game today as far as wide receiver goes. So I got him going to Atlanta.
Okay. Now let's talk about the second best defensive player out there on the market, which is the safety from the New England Patriots, Devin McCourty. I have him staying with the New England Patriots because he's a Belichick guy. Right. You know, Belichick don't let his guys go when they're still at the top of their game. You know,
right?
So, and you've seen it with Willie McGinnis. You know, he didn't leave till his game was declining.
Right.
You know,
they brought back Deion Branch.
They brought Deion Branch. When Deion Branch first left New England, nobody heard of him in Seattle. The ball wasn't going. He disappeared off the face of the earth when he hit Seattle. They brought him back to New England. Tom Brady made him a star again. You know, like it's something about Belichick guys that fits his system that I don't think Belichick is gonna let a great free safety that helps his secondary, which a couple of years ago was a major problem for them. I don't think he's gonna let him go. In my opinion. What you think about this?
I got Devin McCourty going to the New York Jets. Devin McCourty is from the New York area. He has not been shy about running out a homecoming to the tri-state area. And as we very well know, the Jets have been abysmal at the cornerback position. They totally got
safety
shot, and they totally got shot in the foot when they let Antonio Cromartie go. So we all know that Calvin Pryor doesn't seem to be working out. So if you want to put him at corner, if you want to put him at safety, I think Devin McCourty will be a huge upgrade wherever the Jets want him to go in their defensive scheme in their secondary. Devin McCourty, I got going to the New York Jets.
Okay, let's talk about the number 4 top free agent out there, which is Julius Thomas, free agent tight end out of the Denver Broncos. This is a surprise. It's gonna surprise you, probably you guys out there too. And there's been rumors out there that this team been heavy on his case, and they're gonna come he's gonna come over there to talk, and word is they got a nice lump sum contract ready to hand out to him. And that team is the Jacksonville Jaguars, which has a whole lot of money to spend. And, it'll give Blake Bortles a huge target down the field and in the end zone, because, Julius Thomas can run a little bit.
Right.
And just imagine that with Justin Blackmon that may return this year. That Jacksonville offense could turn some heads. With those two, Julius Thomas and Justin Blackmon.
Right.
Without the off-the-field issues. And, give Blake Bortles another target. That's my prediction. They got the money. I think he's going there. Money talks.
Well, I'm more of a topsy-turvy when it comes to Julius Thomas. I actually think that there's going to be either two scenarios. I got him going to the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are slowly perking and slowly jotting up money to rooms, giving us some cap space. And I think Julius Thomas will fit Chip Kelly's system very well. And they need a tight end. They need some offense because they've been getting rid of a lot of offense. So if you want to restart your offense, Julius Thomas has proven to be a offensive weapon in the NFL. And I think with Philadelphia will be good. Also, Chicago Bears, don't rule them out. They will be the sleeper in this free agent class. John Fox said that he adored coaching Julius Thomas, is one of his favorite players, and it could be a spot there for them to get Julius Thomas. At first the tight end position, Martellus Bennett is not what you would call an elite tight end, and let's just face it, the Bears haven't had a real good perennial tight end since Greg Olsen left. So I think Julius Thomas will also be an exceptional fit.
You're not giving Martellus Bennett any credit,
I can't give him credit. I mean,
Martellus Bennett is
he was an excellent first half player, but he was off the second half.
He's clocking in over 750 yards easy.
Okay, but can he do that consistently?
He's been doing it consistently for the past couple of years.
All right, but I want the touchdown catch ratio, which Julius Thomas has given you. And I don't think Martellus Bennett can give you that on a consistent basis. I'm not saying
it's hard to do that when you got two all-pro wide receivers out there. And Alshon Jeffries. And your boy that's on the trade block.
Brandon Marshall. Which is very interesting. With that Jacksonville thing you were saying, I think the Jaguars will actually go after Torrey Smith. Torrey Smith is one of the biggest deep threat wide receivers we have in the league, and we all know about that arm that Blake Bortles has installed in him. And if you want to start with something and you want to have a deep threat, Jacksonville Jaguars, target Torrey Smith.
Okay. So let's go to number 5. We have Byron Maxwell, the corner out of Seattle. Major question is he a product of Pete Carroll secondary?
I think Byron Maxwell is going to surprise a lot of people. I think because he's with Seattle and they had all those other cornerbacks who are exceptional and more well-known. He tends to go a little bit under the radar, not as much as people think. But I think Byron Maxwell, if he does leave Seattle, he will get big-time money.
Easy.
I got him going, I got him going to the New York Jets. The New York Jets have been rumored to have shown a significant interest in Byron Maxwell, and according to reports, the Jets are willing to go in a bidding war to get Maxwell's services. And once again, like I said, the Jets in need of a cornerback. In need of a cornerback. So if they can get something and have a cornerstone quarterback like Byron Maxwell, the Jets will be sitting pretty good.
I got him. Probably another surprise. The team you mentioned earlier, clearing a ton of room in cap space. And they just released a couple of defensive players. They released their starting corner,
Gary Williams,
which is the Philadelphia Eagles. I got Byron Maxwell going to the Eagles. Chip Kelly was known to be impressed by him and loves his game, and they are clearing space. So who knows? That's what I got.
It's gonna be an exciting.
Speaking. Hold on. This is a perfect segue. Speaking of the Philadelphia Eagles, let's talk about that trade that went down in the beginning of this week.
That trade caught the whole world, including me and Jimmy, caught the whole world by surprise, and we didn't even know it.
We didn't even know it.
So it was something else, but I think it was a good trade for both teams. Kiko Alonso, which everybody is considering a throw-in. Let me just confirm that Kiko Alonso is not a throw-in. He tore his ACL last year, but
the second time in his career.
There is an injury plague stamped to him, but when healthy, he can be one of the most dynamic young linebackers we have in the game today.
He was in the top 3 of the Rookie of the Year voting.
There you go. And not only that, he fits well with Chip Kelly's offense because
he's an Oregon boy.
He's an Oregon boy, coached by Chip Kelly, so that worked good for the Eagles. And also, the Buffalo Bills, they're making noise and they're ringing heads and they're turning heads.
Yeah.
You're getting probably one of the best running backs in terms of rushing wise the past 5 years. He's got the 3rd most rushing yards since his rookie year. Yeah. So you getting a substantial running back, and Buffalo seems like they're willing to pay the money that Philadelphia wasn't willing to pay for LaShawn McCoy.
The question is, who won in this deal in the long term?
Well, I think right now it's too early to determine that because you still have to see how LaShawn McCoy is going to adapt to a different offense, and you got to see how Kiko Alonso responds after coming back from a second ACL injury. Same thing with Stan Bradford.
I understand that, but also take note that this will be the first time in Shady McCoy's career that he's playing organized football out of the state of Pennsylvania.
There you go.
First time ever. That explains why he wasn't so happy with the trade going down. As far as Kiko Alonso, I think he feels like he's going home. Chip Kelly, his college coach, he knows the scheme. He knows the scheme. So I think LaShawn McCoy saying making all this rips about that I'm unhappy and they're gonna hear my voice and all that. I think it's all in the moment. He's pissed off and let him cool down. But I guarantee you, anytime you get traded, you want to prove to that team that, you know what, you did a mistake. You just gave me away. You're going to regret that.
That's an exceptional point that you brought up there.
And I think whenever
you want to go against your old team, you always want to give it to them the first time you meet them and punch them in the mouth. And it's definitely not easy being traded. It's definitely not hard, especially if that's all you know. If I could think about an analogy, I would have to think Aaron Boone. When Aaron Boone spent all those years in Cincinnati and he got traded to the Yankees, he basically broke down in his press conference and he showed his gratitude towards the Ohio people and stuff like that. And when he came in here, when he came to the New York Yankees, he had that good moment.
Aaron bleeping Boone.
There we go.
Can't forget about that.
So I think when all the emotions and all that throws out the window for LaShawn McCoy, I think he will be a perennial piece to what the Buffalo Bills are going to do. So with that, being that they have a running back installed, look for Buffalo to take a quarterback in the draft.
No.
I don't think EJ Manuel's ready. I don't think that EJ Manuel's ready.
They
just got Matt Castle.
They
got Matt Castle because Matt Castle could.
It'll be a waste of a draft pick, in my opinion. But on that note,
EJ Manuel looks like a waste of a draft pick too.
I think they got EJ Manuel way too early. They could have got EJ Manuel in the 3rd round.
Yeah,
I don't understand it, but that's why they pay him the big bucks.
There you go.
We analyze the situation.
Yeah, so we do.
Anyway, now we're gonna talk about our teams, our New York teams, our Jets and our Giants. Now, we're going to discuss the top 5 free agents they should go after.
Right.
So, let's talk about the Giants first. All right? My number 1 guy on their board has to be Devin McCourty for the simple fact that Antrell Rowe is out in the free agent market. It don't look like he's coming back.
Right.
They got a gaping hole at the free safety with Antrell Rowe leaving and strong safety that they don't even got to start yet.
Right.
So it's all signs points you have to gun after the first safety out there, the first top safety out there. If you can't bring Rowe back, you got to go after McCourty.
Right.
Why not? So that's who I got them gunning after first before anything, because that's the most they need right now.
All right. Well, my first priority for the New York Jets is I feel like they have to. They almost have to, even though I think it's unlikely because it will take a salary hit. I think that you ultimately have to bring back Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin is dynamic. Ran all over. Percy Harvin is a dynamic receiver who could change the games in many ways. And not only that, I mean, the ball seems to just stick at his hands. And when you have the ball, we're talking about a receiver that can just blow you away with yards after the catch. And if you want to get somebody with Eric Decker and Percy Harvin and probably bring in another receiver, maybe late in the draft, I don't think that they'll go for another big-time receiver in free agency. But I think the number 1 priority is to bring Percy Harvin back for my first thing that they should do. First thing they should do, get Percy Harvin back. Take the hit. You still got money left over. Get Percy Harvin back.
Okay. Well, my number 2 on the grocery list for the New York Giants is Greg Hardy. Right now, with the Giants franchising Jason Pierre-Paul, we locked him up for at least 1 more year. He still got to sign the franchise tag deal. So we did franchise him. What better way to a change of scenery, revitalize his career after the whole off-the-field incident. That's if he get reinstated, because Greg Hardy hasn't got reinstated yet, So all signs are pointing to he might get reinstated. So I would think the Giants need to go after him because we need somebody on the other side across the JPP. We haven't had a booking across JPP since Justin Tuck.
Justin Tuck?
And OC, if you want to put OC in there. OC was rotational, though. You could put him in the middle or on each end.
No.
So
I think that would be an excellent fit for them.
Yeah, we need a second pass rusher. So why not? Greg Hardy's my second guy on the list for the New York Giants.
Tuck Coughlin just seems to shy away from defense. I mean, I don't know if that's something I got going or if that's something you realize.
Well, we got Spags back, so let's see how. I mean, Spags back. So
do it.
Spagnuolo's back in a pan, so hopefully he could, and he's known for that blitz.
There you go.
So let's see. Hopefully we could get some rushers up in here.
All right, I'm gonna do a little twist. I'm gonna do a position that a lot of players don't get love for. I'm gonna go with the Jets needing a guard, and I'm gonna go with 49ers free agent Mike Iupati.
Mm-hmm.
Am I saying right? Iupati? Did I say it right?
I have him on my list at number 2 for you guys.
Ooh, there you go.
I got him on my list at number 2. I need that.
The Jets have money. Let's make that clear. The Jets have money, and our guard is a necessity for the team. The Brickenshaw Ferguson can only do so much. You need somebody that's going to protect the youngster Geno Smith, and it may have to consider the Jets breaking their wallet a little bit, but I think it may just be worth it. Sometimes you got to roll the dice, and in this case, he's one of the top guards, if not the top guards, in the free agent class today. And the Jets are rumored to be willing to spend money to get a top guard to, void that unbalanced offensive that they have to protect Geno Smith. So, number 2, Micah Potty.
Okay, my number 3 guy for the New York Giants. It's a pipe dream. We probably won't be able to afford this guy, but we're having fun here. If we can't get the first 2 guys that I've mentioned, this wouldn't be a bad third guy to get, which is Brian Orakpo. We just let go of Jaquan Williams, who's a starting outside linebacker for us. So we got a hole right there. Fill that hole right back in and plug in Brian Orakpo. He knows, and the NFC East. Those guys go from team to team. It's like a big old orgy in that NFC East. I leave the Eagles, I'm going to the Giants. I leave the Giants, I'm going to the Redskins. I'm leaving the Redskins, I'm going to the Dallas Cowboys.
A la Deshaun Jackson.
There's like a big orgy in that NFC East, man. So why not? Let's do it. Brian Orakpo is not a bad pick for them. What you got at number 3 for your boys?
I believe I mentioned it earlier, I got Byron Maxwell.
Okay.
I think the Jets, they need a corner. I can reiterate it to you so many times. They need a corner, and they've also been rumored to be willing to go in a bidding war for whoever will be interested in the service of a Byron Maxwell. He fits the scheme pretty well. He has a lot of upside to him, and like I said, Byron Maxwell will be a perennial. The Jets almost need Byron Maxwell, and I think he will be a solid fit for the New York Jets in terms of what they're trying to do as far as rebuilding their quarterback schemes.
They should bring in they should bring in Brandon Flowers right with him, and there's word that they're gunning after Brandon Flowers as well.
Right.
So you need secondary help on that squad.
They need a corner. Period.
They need corners.
They're awful.
They need corners. Add an S with that.
Pick a corner.
Anyway, number 4 on my list for the New York Giants. We need help at we need help at the corner position as well. We need a nickel man. We got Prince, and then we have Dominic Rodgers-Cromartie that we signed last year. So we need a nickel man. This man is aging, so he's not a starting corner no more because he's up there in age. He's in maybe 30. He's 32, 33 years old. He's entering maybe. Don't quote me on that. I know he's 32, 31, 32, 33. Right. But that's aging for a corner in the NFL.
Right.
And what better way to plug him into the nickel? And that guy is Tremont Williams.
Wow.
From Green Bay. That would be a perfect fit. Put him right there at that nickel spot. We'll have a solid 3 corners with Rodgers-Cromartie, Prince Amukamara, and Tremaine Williams.
Right.
That'll be, solidified.
Sounds like a sweet triangle to me. Yep, I'm going to stick with Jimmy and stay with the corner position as well. And I'm urging the Jets organization to bring back Antonio Cromartie. Now, I'm going to make it sweet. Antonio Cromartie is not a player that's going to benefit you on the long-term deal, but he is a good and solid short-term investment. He excelled and thrived on the Todd Bowles defense in Arizona last year. And who happens to be the coach for the New York Jets? Todd Bowles. Antonio Cromartie has a lot of ties to New York City. He has his family that lives in New York City. He has kids that live in New York City. And he enjoyed his stay when he was in New York. He loves playing for New York. He has gone on record and saying that. So you bring in Antonio Cromartie, who still can play at a high level.
Yes, he can.
And you bring along with Byron Maxwell, you got a nice 1-2 punch at the corner position for the New York Jets. So bring in Antonio Cromartie because last year the Jets wish they hadn't done so. Bring him back.
Yeah. My last but not least, I got my number 5 man for the New York Giants, who they should go after. And that man is Steven Wisniewski, if I'm saying it correctly. We'll
let it pass. I don't know if we said it right either. So.
He's the center that played for the Oakland Raiders.
Okay.
Young center, He's a Pro Bowler, 25 years old, young man. We need help on the offensive line. We need a center for Eli. Plug him into that hole. and we got a top 10 pick. We get a first round pick of the offensive lineman. We automatically solidified that offensive line all over again, and we can keep Eli safe and sound. Because we need to protect Eli. Eli's getting old. We can't have him get hit like that. So getting Wisniewski and then getting a first rounder from the draft to help the offensive line, that'll solidify that part of the offense, and we can just worry about scoring points. And it can also help Eli with the offensive adjustments with the West Coast offense, which he had a hard time with last year. So he don't got to be rushing the ball, We need some big bodies up in there to just protect him. So offensive line is the way to go for my final guy. They should go after.
I am. As for my number 5, I'm going to go running back and out with the old CJ. I think the Jets will bring in another CJ and CJ Spiller. I think CJ Spiller can be a dynamic when he wants to be, when healthy. I don't think he is as highly recruited as he did coming out of college, but he had a good year when he was healthy last year. And with Johnson being gone, they re-signed Black Powell, who is a awesome third down back and who could fill in the void whenever C.J. Spiller, give him a break and stuff like that. So I think C.J. Spiller will be a nice running back. I'm hearing Reggie Bush's name thrown around and stuff like that, but
why not?
Reggie Bush asking price is going to be a little too much for what the Jets are going to seek. So as much as I would put in Reggie Bush, I think C.J. Spiller will be a nice, inexpensive fit for the New York Jets at my number 5 pick.
Okay. Well, hopefully let's cross our fingers and we can have New York football back in the playoffs this year, because we've been missing them for the past couple of years, and it's not a good look. It's not a good look for us. Gotta represent New York. Gotta put New York back on the map, and we gotta go hit them strong. But anyway, on that note, that was our show for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, man. Please don't forget to like this video. And please subscribe to the channel. We greatly appreciate it, man. You have no idea how much we appreciate you just taking the time and just watching this video, man. Just watching two just regular Joes like us, man. Just watching it, just hearing our opinion. We appreciate it so much, man. And we love the support that we've been getting lately. So, one love.
All right. That will do it for Chop It Up alongside the shooter, Jimmy Acevedo. We'll see you next week. Stay fly, New York!
Yeah!